Happiness works a very specific way when you're a man. Women, having brains that are wired differently than us guys, experience happiness a little differently. But when you're a guy, happiness operates under a very specific and predictable system. Here's how it works. The more day-to-day freedom you have in your life, the more happy you tend to be. If you have more freedom, if you can do pretty much whatever you want, within legal and ethical constraints of course, the more happy you are, at least most of the time. When your freedom increases, your happiness increases. When your freedom decreases, your happiness tends to decrease as well. This is scientific fact. Researchers have done numerous studies on this, and they all clearly indicate a direct correlation between freedom and happiness, at least for men. Now, what's the catch? Because there's always a catch. The catch is that sometimes a sudden decrease in freedom can cause a temporary upward spike in happiness. Here's the easiest example. A single guy gets traditionally monogamously married. When he gets married and makes that transition from single guy to traditional husband, what happens to his overall freedom? It goes down. Way down. But when he gets married, what happens to his happiness? It actually spikes upwards. His wedding day and his honeymoon are perhaps the happiest days of his entire life. But what happens over time? Over time, his happiness starts to drop, ever so slowly. Within 2 to 3 years at the most, his happiness actually drops below where it was when he wasn't married. But now, it's too late. He's married. Again, the research and empirical data shows this. This can apply to lots of scenarios where your freedom drops, but your happiness temporarily increases, like getting a new, higher-paying job or moving to a more exciting but expensive city. Regardless, your happiness will always follow any change in freedom, eventually. Therefore, the only way to maintain long-term consistent happiness for a man is to do two things. First, crank your levels of day-to-day freedom as high as you possibly can. Second, take a nail and a hammer and nail that high level of freedom to where it is so that you will never drop below that level. No matter how old you get, no matter who you fall in love with, or what decisions you make in the future. Once you've got that system in place, you will be happy for the rest of your life, as consistently as possible. I say consistently as possible, since of course we live in the real world and there will be rare isolated times where you will feel unhappy, like during the death of a loved one. But these events are rare. Unlike the beta male, who is never really happy, or the alpha male 1.0, who is happy a lot, but also angry a lot, you'll be happy consistently. It's a really good life. We'll cover exactly how to achieve this high level of personal freedom in the next 2 videos. If you want more information on this faster, you can get the book The Unchained Man at alphamalebook.com. It's over 440 pages of pure technique on how to create an alpha male 2.0 life, and the ebook version is only $7.